Reality radio, handcrafted for your listening pleasure. You're tuned in to LA Talk Live. We'll be more than just talk.
School party, 'cause an old school party. Ain't no party like an old school party, 'cause an old school party. Forget about your worries, aches and pains. I'ma take you on a trip down memory lane, where DJ Hollywood made you dance. Spoonie G was the king of romance. Brooklyn rocked with DJ Lance, and the Lancey streets sold $10 pants. Love Bug entertained us all with his barber the barber. Yes, yes, y'all. You had Reggie Wells, Melly Mel, LL Cool J rocked the bells, Eddie Cheever, Grandmaster Flash, the Cold Crush Brothers, and my man Cass, Mr. Magic and the voice of Fast. You had Kid Capri, Biz Marquee, the Notorious B.I.G., Jam Master J, Run DMC, the Disco Enforcers, and Leslie G. Red Alert, Sugar Daddy called TNT, because without them there is no me. Ain't no party like an old school party, 'cause an old school party. Ain't no party like an old school party, 'cause an old school party. Before Reggie Miller was hitting threes, before Beyonce and MTV, PlayStation, Xbox, and the Wii, you had the voice of a Nick Watee. The old days were the best days of my life. No kids, no bills, no wife. Partied all the time, had much to do. You know, me and Tommy Allen were a hell of a crew. And there was no Chris Brown nor Boys the Men. So come on, let's act like kids again. Ain't no party like an old school party, 'cause an old school party. Ain't no party like an old school party, 'cause an old school party. So just raise your hands in the air, wave them like you just don't care. And like Ginger Rogers and Fred Astaire, a hard-headed kid who will not share. Somebody say, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. If Dougie Fresh was here, he'd say, hola, hola, hola.
Take money, money, money.
Somebody,
Everybody, anybody.
Scream,
y'all. Y'all gotta scream.
Yo.
Come on, man. You whack, Alberto. Come on, man.
Yeah,
Yo. Turn my headphones on. Let me fix my headphones.
Come on, man.
Yeah. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Sabir Bey Show on LA Talk Live, the hottest show in the land. I want to welcome everybody back. I got my co-hosts in the building. They back. My partners in crime, Brother El Salvador.
Pop. Bienvenidos.
Hey, Brother Alberto.
What's going on?
An engineer, my GM, Richard Carr. He's engineering today. What's up, everybody? How y'all feeling?
Woo.
Great.
Ain't no party like an old school party.
That's right.
That's real hip hop. That's hip hop. You can tell I just got back from the East Coast.
Oh,
baby,
yeah.
all day, man. You know I just got back. So I literally just got back. Like, still, I still got sleep in my eyes. Let me take this out of here.
Just
man.
off the plane?
Yeah, just off the plane. Hey, let that play. Turn it up, Rich.
Mr. Magic and the voice of Fast. You had Kid Capri, Biz Marquee, the Notorious B.I.G., Jam Master J, Run DMC, the Disco Enforcers, and Leslie G.
Keep the party going.
Keep the party going.
TNT, because without them there is no me. Ain't no party like an old school party, 'cause an old school party. Ain't no party like an old school party, 'cause an old school party.
Don't stop.
Won't stop.
Reggie Miller was hitting threes.
This is history, right? Listen.
Before Beyonce and MTV, PlayStation, Xbox, and the Wii, you had the voice of a Nick Watee. The old days were the best days of my life. No kids, no bills,
No wife.
Partied all the time, had much to do. You know, me and Tommy Allen were a hell of a crew. And there was no Chris Brown nor Boys the Men. So come on, let's act like kids again.
Let's turn it on. Let's go, man. Let's get this. Come on, man.
What happened to those days, man?
They still here, bro, and they going to get it. It's still around, bro. And they're going to get a taste of it November the 4th
You heard
to the
it?
9th, Zulu anniversary.
You heard
41 years Zulu Nation, 40 years of hip-hop.
You heard it here.
It's the real BET Awards out there in New York.
Zulu.
True props.
Zulu is in the building. Actually, like I said, November the 4th to the 9th, you got to come to New York. New York is off the hook, so you better get your hotels now. Book your flights now because around that time frame, it's mad packed. It's mad. I mean, people from Japan,
All around
China,
the world.
Australia, you name it, be there. And
As
if
they
you,
should.
You don't take my word for it. Like I said, never take Sabir Bey's word. Go to the YouTube, punch in Zulu Anniversary 2013. Zulu Anniversary 2013. You want to see. Ice-T performed last year. Chuck D. Ice Cube was in. I mean, you name it, everybody was in the building, bro. So even my sister from Atlanta, Sarak, she was performing.
There you go. That's right.
Yeah, so it's off the hook, y'all. But I'm going to say welcome back to the Sabir Bey Show on LA Talk Live again. I'm just getting off the plane. I'm only going to be here for 2 more weeks before I bounce back up out of here again. So
Man, the
that's-
traveling man himself.
Hey, man, it'd be off the hook, brother. I
That's
love
cool.
it. I love it, love it. And before I get started, I got to give a shout out to everybody. I had fun, man.
That's all about. That's what it's all
I
about,
had
man.
fun, man. I have really had fun. I want to give a shout out to my man and actually filmmaker, man, brother Nars from Turtle Gang, Naru. Man, my brother's off the hook. Let's, we don't have the applause, man. So we're gonna give my man applause right here, right now. Okay, my man from Turtle Gang. If you're not familiar with him, go to my man on Facebook, Turtle Gang, and actually Turtle Gang Productions. My man Norris, man, he puts the work in. We're gonna do a little teaser for the Zulu and hip hop anniversary also. So that's coming up too, and that's gonna be fire. So shout out to my man. What's going on, Nars? How you feeling, brother? Also, my other partner in crime, Clico. Actually, we had fun. If you go to my Facebook page, Sabir Bey, SABIRBEY, we post some funny pictures up there. And I want to thank Anya Bey. Actually, she helped out a lot taking all the photos. So all the photos y'all seen on Facebook, and it's out there everywhere. Anya Bey is actually the one that took those pictures. I mean, she was capturing things. I was like, wait a minute, where that come from? You got me digging up my nose? Like, what's up? I didn't post that one up there, though, anyway. But she was taking all the pictures, so shout out to Anya Bey. Also, I'm going to give a shout out to Supreme, Red Pill. I mean, we all was there, man. It was off the hook, man. So, and actually, I cannot forget Black and Nobel bookstore.
As you should.
Yo, we did a lecture, and it was like history in the making this past Saturday. We had Ramona Africa. Y'all are not familiar with Ramona Africa. You better get with your lessons and study your history, not his story. Ramona Africa from the MOVE organization when they bombed the city. Yes, right here in my hometown, Philadelphia, 1985. They dropped the bomb. Yes, it was a bomb on the MOVE compound in Philadelphia. So shout out to Ramona Africa and Pam Africa because we did a lecture at Black and Nobel up on Broadnary. You know what I mean? And it was off the hook. It was history because Brother Taj was there also. Brother Taj Tariq Bey, myself, Ramona Africa, and Pam Africa. So, the DVD is available if anybody's looking for it. But it was history, man. I just had to do that, And, again, I want to thank Black and Nobel for allowing us to do that. And they said we want more stuff like this taking place at Black and Nobel. So I had to give a shout out to those brothers also. And like I said, it was wonderful. We did the African Street Festival in Brooklyn, which was off the hook. Yeah, So it was like, and I got to give I got a lot of shout outs, man. A lot of people I ran across, man. My man Baba knew. He has a book out called The God Genes Decoded. My brother Hanif Shabazz for actually filming the lecture. Y'all heard him a couple of times on his show, brother Hanif Shabazz from All Them DVDs. I said dumb. That's how he has it. All Them DVDs. He actually filmed the event with Ramona Africa, Pam Africa, and myself and Taj. So if you're in Philadelphia, you can pick up the DVD from brother Hanif Shabazz. I'll give out his number later on, but you can actually, I believe he's on Facebook too. I believe so. But you can pick that up from him. And everybody should be familiar with brother Hanif Shabazz. So ask him for the DVD that we just did in Philly at Black and Nobel with Ramona and Pam and Taj and myself. It was off the hook. Brothers, my brother Kev came in. I mean, it was a host of people. I can't even name everybody. It was so packed in there, dude. You know what I mean?
It's like an award show.
It was, man, because it's real, man. It was real, and it was real to see people who catch you on the street and be like, yo, you know. A couple of times I had to look twice at somebody, and some dude said, yo, you Sabir? I said, no, I'm not. You know, it was that type of stuff like, no, you know, and he started looking like he was trying to put a cigarette out. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, bro. I'm thinking he's reaching for something. You know, I remember I still had flashbacks from being shot. But it was all good, though. He came and enjoyed the lecture, man, and he's like, he was happy that we were there. All of us was there, especially Brother Taj, Tariq Bey, and myself. So, like I said, it was a very powerful DVD. So if you don't have it, go get it, cop it. It's off the hook. And I will be back in about a couple of weeks with Pam and Ramona Africa around August the 8th. If you're not familiar with the attorney Alton Maddox was an attorney had got disbarred. If you don't know who he is, you better look this brother up. He will be on the panel. I believe it's an attorney called Michael Cord that's from Philadelphia will be on the panel, and they're trying to get me on the panel with them also. So it's going to be off the hook in August, man, August 8th. And then we heading from there, and I'm going down to Florida. So it's gonna be crazy. Man. Yeah, I got a whole lot of stuff going on, man. But I'll be in. Good. Yeah, I'm in Oklahoma in 2 more weeks though.
Nice.
But, but it's it's good thing, but it's tiresome sometimes. You know what I mean? But the work needs to be done, and everywhere I go, I spread the word about the show. You know what I mean? One brother just said to me at the African Street Festival, he missed. It was a void in Philadelphia because the music that I was playing, nobody else plays out there. And I was like, dude, you can get online and listen to the show. You know, just go to LA Talk Live for the Sabir Bey Show, and you can listen to it live. We do the same thing because I was playing music that most people wouldn't even play. You know what I mean? Mainstream won't even play, like I say. And I can say this right now. I can tell you the playlist for LA for tomorrow, and I ain't even listened to the radio. I know what they're going to play. The same 5 songs in rotation.
Wow.
But you won't get that here on the Sabir Bey Show.
No, sir.
So give us a call into the studio. It's a lot of stuff we want to talk about. And also I can't forget. Shout out to my brother James Smalls. What I will be having him out here. If you're not familiar with brother James Smalls either, check him out. And if you in Harlem on 125th Street, you got to check out my music man. I always got to give a shout out to my music man Latik. He has a CDs actually called T-Wish. T-Wish. Like if you look at that label, that's my man Latik. Get with that brother. He has whatever you looking for. So shout out to my brother Latik. That's on 125th Street in Harlem. He might be out there now doing his thing. Who knows? You know, he's always out there, rain or shine. But support those brothers. Yep. Before we get started, like I said, give us the calling numbers, Alberto.
323-473-3100.
And don't be afraid to call in, y'all.
Nope.
This is two-way. You know, it's two-way talk. You can actually conversate with us because there's a lot of stuff that is going on. I want to talk about this newspaper I was reading in New York talking about Obama. Now, I'm not an Obama fan. You know what I mean? I deal with right and wrong. That's just how it is. But when you start attacking someone, you know what I mean? It says the nigga in the White House. That's what it says on the newspaper. Uh-oh. This 82-year-old European guy, y'all call him white, actually had a paper, and he ran it down. I was trying to get the paper and bring it back here, but it was so much stuff I had. You can probably go online and look it up. It's called the nigger in the White House, right? We gonna get into that also. Wow. But also, yeah, and also I heard about the lady that got beat up by the. I think she's a grandmother. They got beat up by
Highway Patrol.
Highway Patrol. I'm gonna tell you why these things are happening to us. But before we get started, I wanted to play something by R. Kelly. It was just so funny that R. Kelly was talking about people, and I had a conversation with brother James Smalls at the African Street Festival in Brooklyn, and he was talking about how dudes talk about each other behind their back and to get on social media, but never make the phone call, because I know everybody could probably reach out to me. I'm on Facebook. Of course. I'm on Twitter. Let me put it out there again just in case they don't know.
Let them know.
I'm on Twitter, Sabir Bey. Let me spell it out for them too. Sabir, last name Bey, Bey, or on Facebook. Go to Sabir Bey Show. And actually, you can go in there and reach me any kind of way. But James Smalls was talking about people behind their back also in this, whatever you call this thing, so-called conscious community, instead of picking up the phone and calling somebody. And it's funny because it just don't happen in the conscious community. It's happening in hip-hop, it happening in R&B. But as a real man, you pick up the phone and make a phone call. But I was looking at this clip with R. Kelly. It was a couple years ago. When him, Trey Songz was going through something. I just wanted to play this for everybody so they can hear. But we be right back. You listen to the Sabir Bey Show. Sit back, relax, grab a pen, piece of paper. And
tell a friend.
And tell a friend. And pick up this book, 100 Amazing Facts About the Negro. Very
That's a
good
fancy
book.
copy, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a fancy copy.
Snazzy.
It's only like
Is that a
6
different cover?
It's a different cover.
Okay.
100 Amazing Facts About the Negro. Very good book, man.
Yes.
But we'll be right back. I want to play this little piece, and I want y'all to sit back and listen and tell me what your thoughts are on this and how these cats all do. Because, it happened to me, but none of them will say anything in front of my face, but they'll talk about it behind my back. All right, we'll be right back. You're listening to the Sabir Bey Show on LA Talk Live. You ready, Rich? All right, we're just ready to rock and roll.
What I think about, people and their opinions, man, and, opinion is made, I thought opinion, when you want to give your opinion about something, your motive should be right. Your motive is to why you're giving an opinion should be to better something. Opinions were used for people that's mutual, like on like right here, and then they talk about, well, I think this should happen. Well, my opinion, I think that should happen. When people start telling, when an artist starts to tell a person that has been hot for 20 years in the business and still hot, still producing and still writing with, Grammys and every award that you can imagine that they've won, and you haven't won any, and you start giving your opinion, you will end up looking bad, to anybody that's smart or have any kind of sense. You'll end up looking bad and you'll end up looking lost. It's like to give me your opinion on what I should do musically. R. Kelly, and this is not ego, we're dealing strictly from my stats when I talk. When you try to give me your opinion or give the world your opinion of what you think about me, of what I should do musically, first of all, you should have called me, but really you shouldn't have, But if you're going to step out on that kind of limb, which is very, very, very thin, then you should make a call, a personal call, if this is a personal feeling. Now, but if you're trying to sell an album and start a beef, you would make it public. You understand what I'm saying? You would make it public, and the public would hear it, and they would go, "Ooh, did you hear what so-and-so said about so-and-so? Girl, he tripping." "Ooh, man, I want to go hear that album," because that's what you think is going to happen. But you have to be very, very careful of that, because why would I tell Stevie Wonder, even though he doesn't have an album out, why should I tell Stevie Wonder, "Stevie, man, you need to quit doing that, or you need to do that music. You don't need to," or talk about Stevie Wonder. I would not do that, because Stevie Wonder has fans as well, and it's just not the right thing to do. This music industry and the young people, they're losing respect for who've paved the way. Not saying that I paved the way for music, but no, just as Stevie Wonder and Charlie Wilson and Donny Hathaway and Sam Cooke paved the way for the R. Kellys, and the Aaron Halls and and the Dreams and everybody else. We come up, we're paving the way for the next person to come through, But you cannot give your opinion, talk about someone who has done what they've done, in this industry, which has changed the industry and brought new genre of music and ideas to the industry and still doing it. You don't do that, It's like trying to throw a rock on the top of the Sears Tower. But fortunately, I am smart enough and I am wise enough that I don't need to retaliate, to sell my album, to be a better man, a bigger man, or a tougher guy. I don't need to retaliate to do any of that, And besides, I'm going to tell you this, and I want you to listen. Elephants don't swat flies.
understood, boy. I am from the hood, boy. Came up from the dirt, self-made hustler. I'm a beast. I'm a beast. I'm surrounded by all these devil mouths. They talking about kales. Some say I came from heaven, but I rose up from hell. And ever since I rose up, success has been my sale. So call the hits my lawyer, cause they got me out on bail. Never been a snitch, boy. Never been a bitch, boy. Why I gotta hate on you? Look at me, I'm rich, boy. You need a steering wheel the way you ride my dick, boy. Say you's a go-getter, go get your own shit, boy. What is it gonna take for you motherfuckers to understand I'm an R&B boss? Kels think he'll rap? Nah, bitch, I'm just trying to get my point across. Niggas hating on niggas. Man, y'all know y'all keep up shit. That's why when it comes to these hits, I'm gonna keep up shit. Keep rising to the top. Keep getting that money. Keep laughing at you clowns, cause you clowns is funny. I've been grinding for 17 years, trying to keep the peace. But nah, you motherfuckers done brought out the beast. So get it understood, boy. I am from the hood, boy. Came up from the dirt, self-made hustler. I'm a beast. I'm a beast. When I was young, all my dreams seemed so far. Coming up was so hard. Now I'm a rock star, cause all I do is rock bars. I stays on fire, just look at the hot cars. You need a hit from Kels, aight, my nigga, no problem. I'm clean, but I'm dirt. I'm good, but I'm the worst. I'm last and I'm first. I'm blessed and I'm cursed. But my career is soaring while my life is a hot mess. But the depth of my struggle determines the height of my success. I believe that. Whatever $1 billion, trying to see that. Whatever billion, I'ma be still axing where the weed at. Hit lots of clubs, take lots of shots of Patron. Hold my middle finger up, tell haters to get the fuck on. Stay shining, boy. Stay grinding, boy. Keep these fine ass bitches straight eyeing me, boy. Now where you gon' hear a better name? With 17 years in the game, still continuing to make it rain. To put these fools to shame, I'm a beast. Understood, boy. I am from the hood, boy. Came up from the dirt, self-made hustler. I'm a beast. I'm a beast. So get it understood, boy. I am from the hood, boy. Came up from the dirt, self-made hustler. I'm a beast. Wait a minute, where you going? You ain't going no motherfucking well. I got more to say, bitch. Look at me. Y'all smile in my face and talk shit in back of me. I got the ball, I'm trying to shoot, but y'all niggas keep hacking me. Could it be that I'm a king cause R&B been good to me? Or could it be that you's a lame that hate the game and can't beat me? I used to rep the shy, but now I know my worth. I still rep the shy, but earth is my turf, nigga. I've been around the world, flown bitches round the world, heard rumors round the world, still I'm touring round the world. Talk about me on your records to make your sales better. Play it backwards, it'll probably say Kels is the coolest ever. So don't think this is a song, it's a taste of my wrath. Bet till you're nervous, nigga, I got a dick and a half. I'm a beast. Get it understood, boy. I am from the hood, boy. Came up from the dirt, self-made hustler. I'm a beast. I'm a beast. So get it understood, boy. I am from the hood, boy. Came up from the dirt, self-made hustler. I'm a beast. I'm a beast. Got your ass. I will call out some motherfucking names, but there's so many of you motherfuckers hating. Song ain't motherfucking long enough. Bitch ass niggas. Fade that shit. Maybe on the remix, nigga, I'll call your name out. You gotta stay tuned for that shit.
Reality radio, handcrafted for your listening pleasure. You're tuned in to LA Talk Live, where we're more than just talk.
Hi, this is Sequoia Neff.
And this is Jay Rios.
And I'm Sherrod Moore.
Inviting you to join us every Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for Battle of the Sexes as we discuss his and her views on topics no one wants to touch.
Where we keep it 100% real.
And interesting.
And it is pure comedy.
So don't forget to tune in to Battle of the Sexes Mondays at 7 p.m.
Exclusively on LATalkLive.com and the Talk Live Broadcast Network. You can also catch us on iTunes, Radio R&B, Live 365, Radio Flag, and AHA Radio.
Or watch and listen directly at latalklive.com. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening and viewing pleasure.
This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Hello world, how you living? This is D Brex, your host of the all-new rap project here on LA Talk Live. That's latalklive.com. Or you can find me on iTunes Radio in the R&B section. That's the rap project every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's Wednesdays at 7 p.m. West Coast time, so don't be late. On the rap project, I will be playing the very best of rap and hip-hop that goes beyond the ordinary. So connect with me, your host, D-Brax, the rap connoisseur, on the rap project every Wednesday at 7, right here on latalklive.com, where we are more than just talk.
What's up, world? This is Nicolas Cage, inviting you to join us every Sunday, 7 p.m. Pacific time for New Rules Radio. Join us as we lend our social satire to the week's leading topics, including music, fashion, and politics. So don't forget to tune in to New Rules Radio, 7 p.m. Pacific time, exclusively on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio, R&B, Radio Flag, TuneIn Radio, Live 365, iHeartRadio, TiVo Radio, and Apple TV Radio. Or just watch and listen directly at latalklive.com. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening and viewing pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
I'm a beast. I love that. I love that track. And we're back to the Sabir Bey Show on LA Talk Live. I hope y'all enjoyed that.
Man, you don't even know.
You don't even know, man. How you like that? You like that?
That was
crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Actually, the track was really, Trey Songz was part of that, but I love what he said in there because I feel the same way, you know. And I'm like, man, I'm from the streets. I'm from 22nd and Catherine. Don't get that thing twisted, you know. And I'm like, I'm from the streets too. So it's like people don't know your grind. You know what I mean? Like what you go through. Then you got the haters that can't be you, that they didn't want to get on these multimedias and try to, you know, put you out there instead of saying, yo, you could call me, you could reach out to me. And I said I wanted to play that because talking to brother James Smalls this weekend, it brought that up, and then I just ran across that, and that's how the spirit moves you. You know what I mean? And I said, damn, if I can rap, sing like that, I'll be good. I put out a song on a whole lot of people, and it's a whole lot of names I can call out. You know what I mean? I was like, no, I'll do it next time, but I do it in a roundabout way too. He's like a R. Kelly, a KRS-One or a LL Cool J dude that would destroy your career, just like I would if you try to come at me. And it's like, you know, and it's like we know the beef that was going on recently. Yes. With everybody. We know it ain't just one person. You know, it's always these dudes that act like girls. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, come on, let's be real. But you can hit me on Facebook. I'm going to put out my Facebook again.
Go ahead.
Sabir Bey, SABIRBEY, so they won't say we spelled it wrong.
Yes.
But you can Google it too. So you can actually find me some kind of way. The number might pop up there. I don't know. But actually, if you have one of my flyers, peace out to Jessica Abraham because she put my number in there, and I don't know why, but if you have the smartphone, you can scan it too. So you can't say you can't reach me. So you can reach me some kind of way, or just go in Harlem and ask somebody.
Exactly.
You know, so it's not an excuse. You know what I mean? And this is what happens with brothers. You know what I mean? They try to make themselves. They try to make themselves by coming at someone else. You follow me? But when you ignore that person usually fades away. And that's why I like that track what R. Kelly just did about all them. He said, I can name names, but you know he didn't name names. So it's going to hurt. It's going to hit whoever it needs to hit.
Oh, yes.
They're going to feel it. You see what I'm saying? So we know what we just went through. So give us a call in the studio, 323-473-3100. And the phone lines are open, so call us with anything because we have a guest coming in at 4 o'clock. My brother Kashif is coming in. If y'all know who this brother is, I think you should Google this brother.
Yes.
He's no joke.
He's doing big things.
Coming in, yeah, big things, man. And he's doing a documentary on R&B.
Yes.
Which is off the hook, and he got another couple events coming up also. But there's a lot of stuff that is going on, and like I said, talking about what happened in this newspaper, I read, you know, part of it, and it was talking about how Obama is, you know, the nigga in the White House, and I'm like, he's the most disrespected president out here, but he put that on himself, you know, for real, because you're gonna back, you know, gay people don't back, you know, the Asiatics, or we would call the minorities, because we're not the minorities. But my thing is like, he put himself there, you know what I mean, to be attacked, you know, and I hopefully my people will wake up to really what's going on. And some people don't want to talk about these things because if you're going to back a gay agenda and don't back an agenda dealing with our people, and I'm talking about Asiatic so-called blacks, you know, Moors, I should say Moors. But you put yourself there. You know what I mean? And you've been in there for what 8 years now? Going on 8 years or something like that now?
Yeah,
something like that.
Near.
Yeah.
You know, and then again, I have to look at it. Is it his fault or is it our fault that these things are happening? You know what I mean? Is it his fault or our fault?
Well, he's just a puppet, isn't he?
Yeah.
That's all he is. He's a puppet for the agenda.
And remember, he wasn't elected. He was selected.
Exactly. And you know, it's funny. I was watching a documentary on him called Dreams. And I don't know if y'all seen this. You probably get with Hanif Shabazz about it too. But we have it also. It's called Dreams of My Real Father. Dreams of My Real Father. And it speaks about his father was a communist and he studied Marxism. All these different things. So my thing is that was it him? Is it him that's doing it, or we just not knowing? Like you got to see the documentary to understand how media manipulates things, and media is the most powerful tool. I was building with a brother in New York that was actually. Oh, I got to turn my phone off. People texting you like crazy, man. Like really, dude. Like people
call in, please.
Call into the studio. They up here. They'll text you when you're on the air. I'm like, wait a minute. Call me. Like, why are you texting me while I'm on the air? You can actually see us.
Yeah, call in. We're here for you.
We're here for you. We're not going to bang on you.
No.
You know what I mean?
Help us help you.
Exactly. But
That's
damn,
it.
let me get back to the subject, man. But anyway, my thing was, you know, the stuff that we're going through, and I'm starting to study history on why they hate us so much. If you study, he's laughing. You know, it's just like I don't like to feed into things that the news are putting out there for the people. If that highway patrol officer did what he did, start knocking some of them off and see if this stuff still keep going on. You are not going to do this in no other kind of other nationality.
No.
It ain't going to go down. So stop the marching, like Brother James Small said about Trayvon Martin's father. Nigga, get off here, stop crying on TV. You should have went after him because you touch my son, I'm going to kill you. I'll sit in jail for that. But my thing is like they know that the so-called Negroes are just going to march and it'd be over by next week. I'm saying this, and if you took some of them out of here, maybe that stuff will stop. So don't cry about I think she was a grandmother, right? I heard the story when I got back. I seen bits and pieces. She's a grandmother. Highway patrol guy took and beat a sister on the highway. You know, and I'm like, go on Facebook, y'all. You might can YouTube it, probably Google it. I was looking at the footage, and I was like, this is insane. If we start taking them out of here, maybe it'll stop. Maybe. Tell me what your thoughts are on this, because I'm not emotional, man. It's like, and the thing is that I'm not a racist person, but the reality is like when I'm looking at other races, as I'm in Brooklyn and I'm in Philly, I'm looking at they walk with an arrogancy. If they really can say what they want to say, they would say it, and this is how it is. And it's like the only reason they're gonna come into the neighborhood because you got the good Negroes that allow them to come in, and then they can say what they want to say and do what they want to do. But the thing is that they don't care nothing about you. We better study our history. This is why I share this with people and teach your children, man. I'm telling you. There's a book called, this book right here, 100 Amazing Facts About the Negro. This is a book that you should teach them. If you celebrating the 4th of July and you don't know nothing about Juneteenth, something's wrong. Juneteenth have been around long as the 4th of July been around, and it has nothing to do with you. But you should get this book, and it's a cheap book that you can buy and you can read within a day. 100 Amazing Facts About the Negro. And I'm going to tell you, once you study the history of who you are, that's why they hate you. This is why they hate you. It's not because your skin color, because we dominated everything. It's not necessarily, again, your skin complexion, because whenever we participate, we dominate, and that's what's going on. They did it with R&B, they did it with jazz, they did it with rock and roll. Now they doing it with hip hop also. So again, we better recognize who we are, and like I said, if we, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Nat Turner is one of my heroes, Jack. I love that brother, and they don't even know about Nat Turner. These are the things that is happening. Nat Turner, they sent armies after this one dude who killed off 5 Europeans who was doing what he was doing to our people. Like, really? How many people know about Nat Turner?
Not many.
Not many. So what happened? How you going to sit here and watch and then get these so-called house Negroes to sit there and speak up and say, well, that's wrong? No, we don't need that type. We don't need them there. They're just there to be gatekeepers. And I don't mean to get so caught up in it, but emotional, but it's like, it is what it is, man. I'm just tired of these marches and tired of these certain Negroes they put in these positions to start speaking for, because they cannot speak for me. They're black. So give us a call in the studio. Tell us what your thoughts are. The phone lines are open. I think Sal has something he wants to say.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, African influence goes way back, and Obama isn't the first African American president on the American continent.
No, sir.
Mexico has had. Actually, one of the first presidents was Guerrero. His last name was Guerrero.
Vicente Guerrero. Look him up.
And he had
4 total.
African descent.
Straight
up and down.
But see, this is why I said they need to get
in
that
1865.
Yeah,
something like that.
But if you hear a name like that, automatically you would think that, well, you know what I mean, that was Mexican.
Right.
But Mexico only means mixed.
Yes,
it means to mix
mixed
people.
people.
That's all it really means. So you have to study the history of Cortez. You have to study the history of Montezuma. We have cats that's in the military don't even know about where Montezuma come from. Montezuma in the military, they say from the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli. Really? They say it in the Marines, the Moors. So they know your history, but you just don't know who your history is.
Exactly.
And everything with the word Moor means that it's derived from Moor, right?
Exactly.
I found this out the other day. The Pope's last name is Morillo.
There you
go.
got
Saint Maurice, the Moor.
So
these are even in Germany, they use the word M-O-H-R for Moor.
Yes.
That's still the term of a Moor. So you have to study the history of it.
Oh, there's a great book about that, right? Ancient and Modern Brits.
Ancient and Modern Brits were written in 18. These are the books. Teach your children. If it's young people listening right now, teach your children this because you're going to regret it later on. Their book is called Ancient and Modern Brits. B-R-I-T-S. By David McRitchie.
Here we go.
And I'm going to break that down. Let's take some phone calls. Caller, welcome to the Sabir Bey Show. What's your name and where you calling from?
Peace, son.
Hey, peace, mother. Peace. My family all the way in Virginia. How you feeling?
I'm fine. I just want to give a shout out to you, those two brothers, Alberto. Tell them I missed the fez. They need to wear them.
Yes.
It makes a statement.
Yes, sir.
Coming soon.
And in that, I want to say, I thought you would shout us out already because we met at
the
International African Arts Festival, not the African Street Festival.
Thank you. Thank you for correcting me. That was
the International African Arts Festival.
Thank you. And this is my mother. Like people say, yes, your mother. No, I thought your mom passed. No, this is my mother too. See what I'm saying? And thank you for the book. So can you
please, when you get a chance, son, call me after the show, okay?
I will do that. I
love you.
I love you too. And,
all right, peace.
And thank you for the book she gave me. She gave me the book called Into the Moorish World. It was a book. It's an old book called Into the Moorish World. And I totally forgot and tell my brother Keith, I said peace to him also. That's like my dad too. Like I totally forgot. I told you I had with a whole lot of people. There was a whole lot of people. I just had to run off because I was there for like a week and a half, man. Just having fun, living.
That's all you gotta do.
Living. Yo, but hit us up in the studio 323-473-3100. If not, we're going to take some more music. But like again, we have to study our history.
Please.
We truly have to study our history. It's not because your skin color they hate you. They know who you are. You must study the history. I was just reading up on a brother from Senegal, upper part of Senegal. His name is Youssef. He was the one that helped the Moors in Spain. Like we thinking again, the names are Europeans or they Mexicans or whatever, and they're us. In Philadelphia, if you're familiar with Philadelphia, go down there, ride past there tomorrow, and look up at the sign where that casino, I think it's called Sugarland Casino now. They got a casino in Philadelphia now. Right there on Delaware Avenue, it's a street called Sheka Mexum. I didn't post a picture up there yet, but if we hear that again, what do we think of? What do we think of?
A Mexum
or something Mexican, right? Ain't got nothing to do with you or Indians, right? And it still refers to us. They're talking about us. This is why they can't tell you who you are.
No.
Not at all. But you must study who you are. And back to the book but Brother Sal brought up, it's called Ancient and Modern Brits. Google it. It was written in 1884, and it speaks about an African tribe called the Lenape back then. And if you study history about Popeye and Brutus, Popeye was the Englishman. Brutus was us. We was the original Brits. Olive had the complexion. Our complexion is olive. They was always fighting over the woman.
Yes.
In history. So whoever impregnates a woman inherits the land because it does not come from a man. It comes from a woman. And I challenge anybody on that because we know what? We all have an umbilical cord. We all have that same birthmark.
And that's how they took
And that's why the
so-called
Liberty
Mexico.
Bill.
Say that again.
That's why the Liberty Bill's flipped out.
Exactly.
It's cracked because your mama's womb's been infiltrated.
But we got to study history. Don't take my word for it. Again, don't take Sabir's word for it. Just do the research. But once you understand and study Montezuma, Cortez, what took place at that time frame, they always have to get to the woman. And this is how the Europeans are doing it now to this day. And now, race doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like,
it
really,
always
like,
did.
you know, but they'll sell you it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? So these are the things that is happening. We got to fix this problem, man. And, you know, and like I said, I owe my allegiance to none of them or no one. It's just to the people.
Not only that, us as men, we have to rise up and not stand alone and watch our women get beat.
No, that's true too. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, dude. That's my mom. Somebody gonna be in a body bag. I'm just being real.
Sir.
I'm just being 100 with you. I mean, but they took that. If you notice, they softened all the men up.
Of course,
they softened all the men up. They even softened up the word gay now. Like who gave them the right to use the word gay? You know what I mean? Like, look at all the stuff that is happening right now. Look at and we're not saying anything.
Exactly.
But the so-called conscious community is talking about it, but everybody wants to fit in. You follow me? So this is what's happening. We got to stand up, brother, and I ain't going to keep on saying that over and over and over again because it's like it goes in one ear and out the other ear, and we must always support each other. Stop with the backbiting. If you got a problem with your brother, you reach out to your brother and you call him. Say, what's up? You know what I mean? We're not far apart. You know what I mean? So, like, again, we're going to take this quick break. Rich, you ready for me, bro? And we're going to take some more phone calls. But this is the type of stuff that we do in real hip-hop.
Yes.
Okay? So this is actually by KRS-One. It's called Survival.
Stop being emotional.
Yeah, stop being emotional. It's called Survival Kit. Until our guests get in here. We right back.
Yes, sir.
Ready, bro?
Whatever might go down, we gonna survive that. Food, clothes, and shelter, we gonna find that. When you hear this sound, you know that I'm back. Hey, it's where I put your mind when that disaster hit, don't you get trapped in it. You must always stay prepared with your disaster kit. In the club you might be drunken so you may laugh at it, but when you sober up you know it. Here's what you have to get. Stay prepared, never be fearful or even scared. These natural disasters cannot be compared. So rise and realize you will survive. In the meantime, prepare yourself with these supplies. Get coils of rope and coils of wire. In a waterproof container, put all your fire. Like matches and candles, and don't wear sandals. Get some hard boots and work gloves to handle the situation. Cause when disaster hits the nation, you and your family gonna need your medication. Antibiotics, aspirin, the chronic, even health foods like vitamins and garlic, pain relievers, inhalers and breathers. And make sure you got something that can take down a fever. A spray bottle of water with 10% bleach, so you can disinfect the objects you reach. And speaking of bleach, here's what I teach. Don't think that you could drink the water from the beach. You're gonna have to drink that water from your hood and purify your water to make sure it's all good. Put things in order. Put 8 drops of pure unscented liquid bleach into the water. Use only 8 drops for every 1 gallon you working. You'll need about 5 gallons a person. With no water, things could get lethal. It's dehydration, not starvation, that kills people. So look for the water first. Don't be robbing and looting and stealing and killing. Not only make things worse. Be smart, plan ahead, save some cash, a radio, some gas, and some blow-up beds. Keep your disaster kit high on the shelf with your weapons. You might have to defend yourself. Get a flashlight, chemical light sticks and whole lot, a compass, some dry food, maybe a road map. Don't forget things like peroxide and Listerine, bandages and antihistamines like Benadryl. So when things get ill, you will survive cause you really got skill. You opened your eyes after you got in your list of supplies. Check your attitude, know that you gonna survive. Whatever might go down, we gonna survive that. Food, clothes, and shelter, we gonna find that. When you hear this sound, you know that I'm back. Hey, it's where I put your mind at.
That's where we put your mind at. KRS-One, this is what we do in real hip-hop. That's actually what we do in hip-hop. It's always been a message in hip-hop, like a message in the music.
It's about the knowledge, son. The knowledge.
The fifth element. I gotta give a shout out to Africa Bambaataa for actually labeling me again. You know, he always got he's so many names that he give me, but also it's the fifth element of hip hop, which is the knowledge.
Yes.
And actually give a shout out to the Zulu Nation also. I spoke briefly last Monday at a Zulu event. I didn't post it up there yet though, but it was crazy. And he always wants me to put out there the importance of knowing the law. So yeah, so big up to all the Zulu Nations, all the people that came out, the B girls, the B boys, the graphic writers, everybody came out. It was mad packed, and we're gonna see them again. And I will be speaking at the Zulu anniversary this year. You know what I mean? The importance of knowing the law. And I say this to everyone: you don't have to go to law school to know the law. I'm gonna repeat that again. You do not have to go to law school to know the law. You can actually come to my classes on Wednesday also.
There you go.
I give classes in Long Beach every Wednesday at 7 o'clock on 1901 Atlantic Avenue.
Or a law library.
Well, yeah, we're going to
free.
actually, and I said that too. I said I was going to start taking people to UCLA and show them how to research their cases.
There's another one in L.A., law library.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't even, what is that?
I got the address. I'll look it up right now.
Okay, don't worry about it. But this is what we want to start doing. This is why I said we need to get the right people in these positions. We don't need to sit up here and get these so-called black so-called leaders to march. You know, when you got that lady that got beat down, really, you're going to march and call it brutality? Listen, people, it's called terrorism. It's terrorism. Just like they said that brother that had all those guns, they said he was a street terrorist. That's what the police are, street terrorists. They are an organized gang.
Yes.
Okay, you wanted to say something, Sal?
Oh, I forgot what I was going to say, man.
Ginkgo biloba works, brother.
Yeah, man.
But it wasn't important.
I got so enraveled with your conversation, I just forgot my thought.
He said, dude, this guy's funny. I missed this, man. But like I said, he just got back here. But anyway, people got to understand it and study the law. Like, again, you do not have to go to law school to know the law. They don't even teach them. And I hope and pray that it is an attorney that will listen to this now and call in to rebut what I'm saying. Because we're going to do this on August 8th in Philadelphia. It's going to go down.
Nice.
With Alton Maddox. And I love Alton Maddox because he is a brilliant teacher. He was an attorney, had got disbarred. It was because people look like us that was saying that we don't need you in there once he got them in the office. So it's a whole story. He spoke about how you don't have to worry about look for who running Harlem. Look who owns Harlem. You see what I'm saying? Not who's running Harlem, who owns Harlem. So these are the things, and I love to be on that panel with that brother, but I don't know about the other attorney. You know, he might get, you know, I'm glad I'm going to be there though. But anyway, you know, get my perspective on it. But it's going to be good.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
No
but
doubt.
listen, I tell people, invest in law dictionaries. You do not have to go to law school. Black's Law Dictionary, Bouvier's Law Dictionary, Ballantyne's Law Dictionary. You have words and phrases. You have Corpus Juris Secundum. You have America Jurisprudence. If you in Philadelphia, I know that you can go to Jenkins Law Library. It's on Chestnut Street. You can go to City Hall Room 600 in City Hall. Out in here, you can go to UCLA. I think you can go to Cal State Long Beach Law Library, but I wouldn't go there. But I know for sure that UCLA has a big one, and we're going to start taking people in to research these things. You can run it off, bro. I can't.
Well, they have one here. It's called LA Law Library. It's in it's on First Street in LA. It's open every day from like 8:30 to 6, and they even have classes depending on what day it is on different subjects of law.
Oh, wow.
So you might want to check that out.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you people, listen, question these attorneys, man. The only and big up to Alton Maddox again. He said we should never, ever plead guilty to anything. And I'm working on getting that brother out here to L.A. He said never, ever plead guilty to anything. But also the Supreme Court stated that it says if attorney does not know the rules, regulations, the remedy for the rules, regulations, or statute, he is disqualified.
These attorneys don't have any jurisdiction to represent anyone.
This is what we do on the show. Go, bro. You got something you want to read?
Yeah,
off?
I got something right here.
This is why I love my show.
These attorneys don't have jurisdiction to represent anyone, and go read the dead man statutes, which are codified under the probate law, Rule 601 under Federal Rules of Evidence. This is their book. Federal Rules of Evidence, Rule 601. It goes to competency to testify. They are incompetent to testify for a dead person. Who's a dead person? The corporations. They're dead because they're not real.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow. I didn't say it.
And you thought he was just a good-looking face.
Yeah. Hey, man,
Go
listen.
look it up. It's the Federal Rules of Evidence.
But see, this is what happens.
Rule
And-
601.
And this is why I said they don't never want us to come together, is because if we came together, it's
Oh my
over.
God,
KRS
yes.
One has a song called "We Must Become One" on there. He talks about this in the song, and the reason why they can do what they're doing because we're not together. You know what I mean? Even out here in LA, we have us arguing against one another. The Mexicans and the so-called, no, they say the black and brown. That's what they use.
Yes.
Like, who that black person and where's the brown person at? Like, I'm more brown than
Well, they
black.
say niggas and wetbacks. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
know what part
yeah,
of
let's-
you
let's
in,
keep
you know
it
what I'm
real.
saying?
That's what they say?
Niggas and
Yeah.
wetbacks.
I don't know, man.
Niggas
You
and
know,
beaners. And send them back. Send them back.
Hey, but we ain't the only wetbacks. Cause the Europeans had to come across that pond, right?
Now they
Big
came.
ass
No,
pond.
Europeans came across an ocean. They ain't come across no pond, Jack. They came across an ocean.
It was the original wetback. That's what we were trying to say.
Exactly.
But you know what's funny? This is what I love about the show because actually because you said that I'm gonna give you a hip hop history lesson.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Kara's One and Mad Lion's going to give you a hip hop history lesson, but you won't hear this on one of those five songs they play out here in LA or anywhere because you ain't gonna hear it nowhere else. But this is a history lesson that KRS One and Mad Lion did. I always tell you, we take you on an informational and musical journey every Tuesday. So always tell a friend. The phone lines are always open. You can always see us. Hey, y'all, let's wave again. Wave at everybody.
Right here.
Hey, y'all. So you can't say that we couldn't get in because my GM is back there now. He's
Yes.
making sure everything is working right. So no excuses to say that I couldn't get through or the Twitter didn't work or the Instagram
Facebook
or
is
whatever
down.
didn't work and that is down because Jessica is doing her thing
Yes.
over there, making sure it's running right. But this is actually a song by KRS One, and he speaks on Montezuma and the history because I got my two brothers sitting in the room that I already know the languages. But this is KRS One and Mad Lion. Are we ready, brother? Hip hop
Listen up.
history lesson.
Gather around, everyone. We got a whole new generation to teach. Word up, word up, word up. Mad Lions all on the track, all on the boards right now. Where you gonna get it like this? Where you gonna get it like this? If you don't like what you singing, you sing a different hook. If you don't like what you cooking, you get a different cook. If you don't like what you wearing, you get a different look. You wanna escape Armageddon? Read a different book. When knowledge is right there, we don't even look. December 2012 got this whole world shook. But look, the last days for others are the first days for us. The question to ask is who can you trust? Respect to all that 2012 stuff, but when you really study it, it's fear. It don't apply to us. Yo, Hollywood lies to us all day. The question is, what does your culture say? Where's your culture at? Who's your prophet? What history guides your spiritual logic? It starts with a story, then it's hypnotic. Then any myth that comes along, you just adopt it. And why? Because your culture, you forgot it. December 2012, let's continue this topic. Turn the page. The present world age began 3,114 BC. According to the Mayan calendar, this age concludes December 21st, 2012 AD. This 5,125-year cycle of time is one world age. Nothing changes overnight. It's all a process of transition. It happens over many days. In the Mayan calculation, a kin is one day. The Mayan you and all, that's 20 days. The tune is 360 days. The cartoon is 7,200 days. The buck tune is 144,000 days. And they applied that to the Milky Way. In the cycles, they saw the sun moving across the Milky Way's equator, lining up with other galactic neighbors. We've been shifting for 30 years, it seems, from 1980 to about 2016. The shift is now, it's occurring now. But if you're learning from the movies, you won't know how to survive or stay alive after the storm. Cause after that, a new world order is born. Oh, you don't know, man, about they programs? You still watching Lindsay? You don't see that low hand? Let's go, man, the flood is coming. Don't be scared, get prepared, keep your motor running. Rock with me. Higher level. Higher level. Higher level.
mass control. Here's the philosophy. Cortez knew about the Aztec prophecy. Before he invaded their society, he studied their cultural psychology. He knew they had armor, guns, and speed, so he arrived in the Aztec year of Juan Reed. That's the year Quetzalcoatl was prophesied to return from exile. In fact, Cortez played out the Aztec myth and took away those people's will to resist. Cortez played on religious beliefs and blinded the Aztecs because he was a thief. Look, the Yucatan, that's a Mayan book of cycles. It lets the Mayans know when the gods are gonna strike you. In fact, every 13 cartoons you see, the Mayans are visited with a catastrophe. So every 200 or 56 or 7 years, the Mayan people live with this fear. So on the island of Tayasor, now Flores, the Spanish came on with this knowledge. They knew, according to the Mayan heavens, that the next cycle was 1697. So as the Mayans stood there fixed on the heavens, the Spanish showed up with all of their weapons. March 13th, 1697, the Mayan people learned a terrible lesson. Your fears and tears are used against you, because 80% of world control is mental. But back to the Mayans, they're getting some more. 257 years after Tayasor, a US-backed coup overthrows their democracy in 1954. That's exactly 257 years from when the Spaniards arrived at their shores. I'm getting to the core of the lesson. Let's see what happens in 2211. That's the next cycle, the people remember. Like 2012 to 21st of December. Your consciousness may shift, you may turn the light, but you are the universe, you're gonna be alright. The pole may shift, your soul may lift the higher consciousness, but you know all this. The edutainment style won't persist. Forget the fear, it's knowledge that runs all this. Higher level. Higher level. Mad Lion, we going up. Yo, give him that track.
Higher level.
What?
See, this is hip hop. That's a hip hop history lesson. He just gave you a breakdown. 95% of the world, it's like mental. It's you gotta. What the hell? I'm trying to remember what Karis one. How he said it though. He said the control factor is all fake. They use the media, and I want to say this because I get texts and emails and people say, "Well, Sabir, don't you know? Do you think it's some good cops?" Hell no. And why I say that, and it's funny because my cousin was one at one time, and when he did that, actually he's not really my cousin, but we grew up together. And when he went in there, I saw the changing of him, and I'm like, dude, you understand your history? And we separate, we stopped being close as we was, and they turned around and bit him in his behind and fired him because he was hanging around cats that was selling weed at one time, And I know he may be listening, but he was around. You don't supposed to be around, I guess what they say, drug dealers, but you're around pharmacies every day. You follow me? That's the legal drugstore, the pharmacies. But they have you believing that a guy on the corner is the biggest drug dealer, but the biggest drug dealer is the cigarettes in the pharmacy. You follow me?
Protect him.
But they actually fired him. They framed him some kind of way, and to see what happens. This is their nature. It's in their nature. So are there good cops? It may be, but if there's good ones and you see something that's bad, then you should step up and say something.
Yes.
What about all the so-called black female cops that are on the highway patrol force? Where they at? You know what I'm saying? They both kind of.
They want to be men. I don't know.
It's just true. I'm just saying.
I don't know, man. But my thing is, that's why I can never get into none of those fields because I'll be the Negro that they get rid of, and that's just like this exactly. Because the thing is, there's a moral principle, and people think they're doing the right thing, and you're not doing the right thing. You know what I mean? And people have to really understand that. That's all I want to say. And it's like, if you think I'm wrong, call me. If you're a police officer listening and an attorney, call me. You think I'm wrong? You know what I mean? Let's put it out there on the air. Let's not have a closed door thing. Let's have an open door thing so the public can choose.
Meeting of the minds.
I am hip hop. They can come out to the Zulu anniversary for that one.
There you go.
Yeah, for that. But before we go into the break, Richard said we got to take a break. I just want to read something real quick. And I said again, get your studies on, your lessons on, okay? This is, again, taken from the 100 Amazing Facts About the Negro, because we use words that we don't really understand. And yes, I said overstand. This is a definition of the word slave. You can look it up in any regular Webster's dictionary. It says the word slave, S-L-A-V-E, was originally applied to the white people. It comes from the word Slav. Now, when you look it up, you're going to see S-L-A-V. This is how they taught you to study in their school, right? It said a Russian people captured by the Germans. That's where the term slave come from, when the Russians was captured by the Germans. If you look up the word slave in Slav, people say, that's the white man books. Well, you study it anyway. You follow me? Look up the word slave and stop getting yourself caught up and say that we was the slaves. They were the first slaves. And yes, Moors had them enslaved first, but we didn't treat them the way they treated us. Again, they know exactly who you are, and this is why these things are happening to us until we come together under that one umbrella with our nationality. We must come together as one and teach our children this, because they're going to come up in this same cycle and same circle that we've been going through. Seriously. So Rich, actually, my GM told me we got to take a break real quick. We'll be right back. You listen to the Sabir Bey Show on LA Talk Live.
Reality radio, handcrafted for your listening pleasure. You're tuned in to LA Talk Live, where we're more than just talk.
Hubert's Lemonade, tasty, refreshing, sweet, and tart. Happiness in a bottle. Visit Hubert's Lemonade at hubertslemonade.com. Once again, that's hubertslemonade.com. Happiness in a bottle. Xavier Tees and Tots, groundbreaking fashion, forward street smart designs. Tees and Tots for men, women, and boys. Visit XavierUSA.com. Once again, that's XavierUSA.com.
Hi, this is Starlet Quarles, and I'm inviting you to join us every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. for a new show right here on LA Talk Live, The Dialogue, Real Talk, Real People. Join us as we discuss the topics that are relevant to today's generational leaders. So don't forget to tune in to The Dialogue, Real Talk, Real People, every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. right here on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B, Live 365, Radio Flag, and now Stitcher Radio. Or watch and listen directly at latalklive.com. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Hello world, how you living? This is D Brex, your host of the all-new rap project here on LA Talk Live. That's latalklive.com, or you can find me on iTunes Radio in the R&B section. That's the rap project every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's Wednesdays at 7 p.m. West Coast time, so don't be late. On the Rap Project, I will be playing the very best of rap and hip-hop that goes beyond the ordinary. So connect with me, your host, D Brax, the rap connoisseur, on the Rap Project every Wednesday at 7, right here on latalklive.com, where we are more than just talk.
Biggie, I'm a bigger fan of Fela Kuti. Like I really give a fuck about Gucci. I'm nobody's property. I'm a beast of no nation. I'm a beast by vocation. Lyrically, I will empirically blot the memory out of any MC. Till MC me just well dangerous. Jesus me just I tangaras. This is the manner in which I will teach a young spitter to spit at his target. This is the way of an artist, a purging, a catharsis, the emerging of a market, a genre on my own. I guess it's because I'm the last, one of the last true MCs. Every god say true indeed. Every queen say I reflect. Am I really resonating yet demonstrating fresh? Stop hating, bless, 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 bless. Look out, I'ma criticize black people. Yes, yes. Jesus Jones on the microphone, gonna merge to the words become flesh. I tell you, I'll be on the corner, coking on the owner. Mary Magdalena, 3 quarters back to owner. I'll be on my grind, water into wine. I can heal the blind, rhymes wicked every time. Jesus Jones, the reason, the one who some believe in. Rebuke the heathen, cast 1,000 demons off the legion. The flow, the mic, the roof. The truth is the truth. The head that fits the crown. Can't keep it down. With a few for the many, how you living 120 selling out for the pennies? I don't like that. Every wrong gotta right that. Poor, but despite that, Israelites take your life back. I have not been sent, but unto the lost sheep being murdered in the streets of the ghetto. Every Papa Geppetto, long no Pinocchio, stereotype I'll burn. Lucifer, your kingdom's falling. Black man, your life is calling. Maybe you can't hear that. You don't even hear your wife and babies calling. Babylon, let's burn it down. Righteous judgments, wickedness in high places like this government. Where the money holds close, he don't talk about those. He on some oddish. Let's talk about flow, let's not. He already know he hot. Lyrically pop locked to the heat of a hot beat dropped by Elizabeth's son. Methodically away for the things I say will play to the kingdom come. Call it the gospel. You're under God's spell. Yes, indeed, we were all God sent till we all died just like a bitch we fell. From the cradle to the prison, it's a pipeline.
Real hip hop. Listen up.
I think you need to listen to the right rhyme. Stop me, never know not to select time.
Hip hop.
I'll be on the corner. Coking on the owner. Mary Magdalena, 3 quarters back to owner. I'll be on my grind. Water into wine. I can heal the blind. Rhymes wicked every time. Jesus Jones, the reason.
Come on, man. You can bop to this. Come on, I see you, Rich. Come on, Rich. This is a vet right here. Watch what he says. Listen up.
I don't have a lot of money, I ain't got a lot of friends, few foes, God knows I'm rich. But I get a lot of trouble from the servants of the devil for my radical rap music. Rappers amuse me with all that amusing meant to humiliate, mock, and facilitate how they assassinate consciousness. Let them get a better shot at this. No one can stop you. Guess I needed to repeat that.
No one can stop you.
I'm a leader of an old school G. I'm a problem vocally. I produce God, shake earth, gave birth to the first conscious fresh MC. Shout out to the Jungle Brothers, make another record, please. Hard out here for a G like me to learn anything from these MCs. No disrespect, you. Big up yourself, bro. Don't pussy out, forget, proof again. I can do it if I want to. Point to the crew who suit you, stop your progresso. You're a Campbells, can good rap sell. Stack shows, gotta love a metaphor. Quite sure, I love what I metaphor. Why not? My op metal metaphor. I'm hot, why you gotta sweat it for? You're not. I'll be on the corner.
That's my man Wise Intelligence from Poor Righteous Teachers. Wise Intelligence. And y'all don't know who this cat is, you better get with hip hop. You remember that Rock This Funky joint? Now this is like the 21st century Wise Intelligence from over, 15, 20 years? Wise, now let's be realistic.
Yes.
Who else raps like that right now? Come on, Rich. Who else raps like that now? Who does that?
Many wish.
They can't do that.
No.
He will rip a dude to shreds doing this.
All right, so you asked me. I'm going to jump in here.
Yes.
I got to say.
There you go.
The Roots, man. I saw the concert
No.
this
We ain't talking about.
weekend.
No, we ain't talking about them. We talking about the Roots. See, Roots
I'm talking about a cat that raps like that, like
Oh, you talking about
automatic,
Black Thought.
like an AK-47 coming straight at your head.
But you talking about Black Thought.
Non-stop, like a chopper. You feel me?
You talking about Black Thought.
Of course, from
But,
the Roots.
but see,
Incredible.
when I say that, Black Thought is from the old school or true school. You follow me? So when I say that, this is what we're talking about. He's from the true school. That's what's going on. So when I'm talking about cats and hip hop, because a Drake can't do that. A Drake can't do, none of them cats can't do it. Lil Wayne can't do that. That's real hip hop. Wise Intelligence, man. Go check my man out. It's called The Water Walker. The song is called The Water Walker. It's off the hook, man. I'm trying to tell you. This is what we do here on the Sabir Bey Show on LA Talk Live. But my guest has walked in the room, my brother Kashif, but we're going to get everything together real quick.
Yes, sir.
And get my man situated. The legendary Kashif just walked in the room. Man, look like $1 million bucks. You don't know who this brother is. We're going to play something real quick for y'all. And I'll take this break and play a little bit more Wise Intelligence called The Illuminati. We'll be right back until we get my man situated, all right? Listen to the Sabir Bey Show. Give us a call in the studio at 323-473-3100. We'll be right back. This is Wise Intelligence, Illuminati.
Let me get some more on my headphones, baby. Yeah. shalom, good day, good morning. All of the living I'm mourning, he affixes sixes on them. But in the scripture warn them, deliver the revelation. Still they debating Satan's use of major corporations. Remember the plantation, remember the black enslavement. Remember the soul debasing, clothe the face and here persuade us. Remember your colonization, colonial education. Ignorance and nigga shit we get from radio stations. Performers getting younger, the dress is getting shorter. It's funny how these pedophiles market to sons and daughters. Target and breach your borders, kidnap to seize, deport them. Transport them overseas with devils fiend, auction and bought them. And I yet see someone caught them. If these are the seeds we lost them, tossed them to hell, they fell for what the system taught them. Give me a minute to prove this, call it conspiracy theory. You never knew what the truth is, be sure that my enemy hear me. About Jay-Z being Illuminati, or whether they got to Kanye, or whether or not they both gay. This is irrelevant subtext. Call us celebrity gossip. You're taking it out of the context of Lucifer's written in subjects. We live in the projects. We descend from slaves. A lot of us don't even got shit and do anything to get paid. Who jigger that nigga ain't Satan, and West just good at best. And if they homo, I do not know, and I could care less. Nah, they ain't the Bilderbergers. Nah, they ain't the Rothschilds. That's right, they the Rockefellers. Nah, that's just them niggas style. Illuminati selling your mind, soul, and your body, and they ain't ever need no rappers to accomplish that. Put them out right on top of that, giving you the truth, so copy that. Soon the economy collapse, great tribulation after that. Scrolling across more pirate hats, with West Indies company cats. We call that Steve Coakley raps. Illuminati coming, but I'll be back.
Reality radio, handcrafted for your listening pleasure. You're tuned in to LA Talk Live, where we're more than just talk.
Hi, this is Starlet Quarles, and I'm inviting you to join us every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. The Dialogue, Real Talk, Real People. Join us as we discuss the topics that are relevant to today's generational leaders. So don't forget to tune in to The Dialogue, Real Talk, Real People, every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. right here on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B, Live 365, Radio Flag, and now Stitcher Radio. Or watch and listen directly at latalklive.com. Reality radio, handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
That's Sabir.
I just got to have you. Everybody, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to the Sabir Bey Show, y'all. I'm sitting here tripping. I'm having fun.
Like always.
I'm doing a WAP, y'all.
The WAP. Oh, my God. He went back to the WAP.
Yes, I did. You do the WAP to this dude. Stop playing, homie. Stop playing, man. You know the East Coast. Y'all, I'm sitting in the studio with the legendary Kashif. Listen, you listening to the sounds of the legendary Kashif. It's in the building. Let's give him a round of applause. Let that joint rock, man. I'm going to start bop. Get a WAP. It's music right here. Turn me on. Y'all know, man. This is a legend right here, man. Welcome back to the shows, Kashif is in the building. What's
All right,
up, man?
It's good to see you.
Yes, sir,
Good to
man.
see you guys again.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. Yo, I want to thank you, man. That event you put on that at Sam Ash was off the hook, bro. It was like, you like the. I was a young cat at the time. Like, he had Howard Hewitt on the stage. He had who else did Evelyn Champagne King, and she was killing it.
She was killing it. You know what we did? I picked up the phone and I just called, my musician friends, people who I had to work with in the past, and I said, let's do this show in honor of Black Music Month. So Sam Ash was one of our sponsors. They paid for the stage, the lights, the sound. And we brought in, of course, my band. That's the band you've been asking me to bring here.
You got to bring them, bro. Them boys, they was killing it. Yo, y'all missed it, man. It was off the hook, bro. That was history.
And so on that show was Evelyn Champagne King, Melba Moore, Howard Johnson, Howard Hewitt, oh my God, Leon Ware, Denise Williams, Kathy Sledge. I performed a few songs.
Yeah.
I mean, Tommy Davidson.
Yeah, he came in late hosting.
Yeah.
That's my brother. But,
And of course, Pat Prescott.
Yes, he was
hosted it. Man, it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for me. That's what I felt like that night. I felt so blessed to have all of these wonderfully talented, contemporaries of mine who are superstars in their own right come down and honor me by participating in that event. So that night I knew how rich I was.
Wow, he said how rich he was. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, the richness in life that really counts is the people that you touch and the lives that you change, and how those people wanted to reciprocate.
You know what I like about what you said though? He said when he was 8. See, he don't think I was there. I was in the back. He knew where I'm going to go.
Top of the stairs.
He said it taught me how to talk to a woman. It was the funniest. I was like, damn. And it did. It was that type of music. The songs did.
The songs, R&B music is such an incredible American art form. And in fact, it's an essential part of the global fabric. When you think about the ways that R&B music influences. So certainly your dad didn't sit you down at the table and say, son, this is how you talk to a woman, or this is how you love. No, we learned that stuff from songs and from the DJs on the radio, man. That's how we got our game.
Exactly.
And women began to buy into all of that wonderful nonsense. That set the standard by which we were held to with women. And Babyface, I want to knock him upside his head. He's talking about, I'll go out and work. I'll come home and cook your dinner too. I'll wash the clothes and the dishes. And I'm like, yo, dude, we got it hard enough already. You need to chill on that.
Yo, that's hot. That's hot. Well, you know what though? I want to ask you something. I asked James Ingram this question also. Who do he think is good out here today? And one of them he said was Eric Benet. He mentioned Eric Benet. He mentioned Brian McKnight, and I'm trying to remember who else. Cause I always try to ask people, who did music for so long, who's the best that they like today, and there was the people that he said.
I hear a lot of complaints about the music today that I don't.
I complain too.
Yeah, but I don't agree with a lot of the approach that we as the gatekeepers. We're the Obi-Wan Kenobis of this. And so it's our responsibility to teach the young people what they don't know. And it's our responsibility to have our eyes and hearts open enough to learn from what they do. So for me, Justin Timberlake, Bruno Mars, Usher, I can go down a long list of...
I like Usher. That's my dude.
Yeah. They sing real love songs. And they're in, to a great degree, the vernacular of where we were back in the day when R&B music was really R&B music. It was in its heydays. I like Maxwell, So, across, if I am going to remain relevant, then I have to find a way to honor and respect the music that our young people are doing today. And I have to assume the responsibility and enact the responsibility of sharing my knowledge with them.
What do you think about R. Kelly?
I love R. Kelly. I wish he'd stop getting in trouble.
I like him too. But he's a musical genius.
Man, he's amazing. He's got first of all, he's got a beautiful voice. I love his voice. I love the passion in his voice. And he is a consummate songwriter.
Yes.
So I love R. Kelly.
Yeah. The boy's bad. He did a piece that sound like Smokey. I said, yo, this dude was going in. The way, I don't know if you heard it, but he did a piece. I'm going to see if I can find it, but he did a piece that sound like Smokey. I said, well, yo, but he said you have to pay honor and respect to the people that opened the door for you.
Absolutely.
And before you came in, he was talking about people with the lack of respect for these people. You know what I mean? Because I remember Bow Wow was talking about the Ozzy brothers at one time, and I was like, wait a minute, dude, you going to disrespect the Ozzy brothers? Then Trey Songz tried to talk about him, you know, and he was like, dude, what are you doing? I can't. That's like me talking about Stevie Wonder. You can't do that.
Yeah, if you're doing that, you're really just showing your ignorance.
Wow.
Because there's no way you can be a master at something without studying the masters that came before you. You're just a Padawan.
Say that again, bro.
You're just a Padawan. You're not a Jedi Knight, dude, and you certainly ain't Obi-Wan Kenobi. You ain't even in a Jedi college, So
wow.
you just have to be open and check your ego and say, you know what? There's a lot I don't know, and there are people out there who forgot more in the last 1 minute than I will ever know.
Wow.
You have to approach it and be humble like that.
Yeah, and I learned a lot from y'all. You don't even realize it. I tell everyone this that I run across from as being actors or singers or hip-hop artists. I learned from you. I learned from Africa Bambaataa. I learned from Vanessa Bell Calloway, people that I know in this business, and how to humble themselves. And I'm like, man, it's something, bro, but they try to come at you a lot. But tell us what's going on with you right now. I know you're doing a documentary, right?
I'm doing a 10-part documentary series called The History of R&B Music and Its Influence on World Cultures.
Wow, that's going to be hot.
So, we're smack dab in the middle of our Indiegogo crowdfunding campaign. We're raising, we got 46 days to raise $500,000.
Wow.
Up until now, year and a half of this, I've spent $1.5 million of my own money.
You heard he said, y'all, his money, so support. You heard what he said.
Yes.
His money, so it must be something. So I would say support. How would people get involved in that, though?
Well, they go to Indiegogo, INDIEGOGO /Kashif. It'll take you straight to our crowdfunding page. There's so much information about what the documentary is about. There's a short film there. There are other clips there. There's a list of the perks. So, for instance, for $50, a $50 donation, you get a copy of my book, Everything You'd Better Know About the Record Industry.
Let me tell you this. I was in Brooklyn. I lie to you not. A brother named Isaac just talked about his book. He said that book is better than, it was 2 books he brought out. And he talked about your book. And I didn't even know that. He said, no, because Sheep's book is better than, it was one about the music industry, and it was another one he showed me. He said, but if you didn't read that book, he said, your book, he said, you don't know nothing. I didn't even know you had a book, brother, until he actually pulled that book out.
It was fortunately, knock on wood, it was a bestseller. It was a self-published book. I really just wrote the book because I had a burning desire and need to share information. And as I went through the process, I didn't even stop to think about, well, what are you going to do with it when you're finished? And then one day it was finished, and I'm like, oh my, what am I going to do? And the voice just said, put it out. So I went to the library and I studied book publishing for a couple of weeks, and I put the book out. And it took on a life of its own. I feel like it has had a major impact on the way people, young musicians and singer-songwriters and music entrepreneurs, the way they conduct business now. Because it set the record straight. It is the music business.
Wow.
You might be immensely talented, but if you ain't handling your business, you will never become immensely financially rewarded. So anyway, so that's one of the perks. Another perk you can win a speaking role in the film. You can win a chance to have your name listed as one of the associate producers. You can have me produce a song on you.
Wow, that's hot. Hold up, man. Wait a minute. Hold up. Pump the brakes. He said produce a song. Y'all don't know who this dude is, honestly. He said produce a song? Seriously?
Yeah. That's one. That's
gotta put your money up.
Yeah, that's
money up.
Yeah, that's one of the perks. And so we got a lot of great perks over at Indiegogo /Kashif for the crowdfunding for the film, which, by the way, is one of the biggest things I've ever done. Just managing this campaign, all of the social media, and the other things that I have to do in order to make the campaign a success. So it's a challenge, and we're looking for anyone out there that loves wonderful R&B music, anyone out there who loves, Earth, Wind and Fire, Kool and the Gang, BT Express, Tina Marie, in Al Green, Stevie Wonder, Chaka Khan, anybody that loves that type of music. Phyllis Hyman.
Oh
my
gosh,
God.
Come on,
there's so many artists that are featured in this film, but not only the artists, but their collaborators, record company executives, radio station DJs, record store owners. We're going to 18 cities on 4 continents in order to tell this entire story.
You got to get to the anniversary.
Amazing.
You got to get there this November, bro.
Yeah, I would love to. So, for African Bambaataa. Well, I'm due a trip back there to continue with the interviews, and so we got to tell the whole story. This is, for instance, when you think about rhythm and blues music and how it impacted the planet, I don't hear a lot of people talking about this, but me being the egghead that I am, I sit around and just think of stuff, and it occurred to me, not only has R&B music been a sort of salvation in my personal life, but then I look at the life of people around the world. So you think about a song like Patti LaBelle's I Got a New Attitude. That song, when it came out, it was in a film called Tootsie, and it made women stand up and advocate for themselves. I got a new attitude, and the new attitude was one that they could advocate for themselves, for inclusion and being treated fairly and not looked down as the lesser gender. And so that impacted women who all over the world who were in shot of a radio, could hear the radio program and hear that song being played. It made them stand up and unite. That's big all over the planet. Even women who didn't need a new attitude, they decided they needed to get a new attitude. Some of us fellas were kind of pissed off, like, look, I like you the way you are. You coming in here with that new attitude. Nonetheless,
you sick, man. So you said you had something else coming up now recently too. When I got the phone call.
Oh yeah, we're doing another event.
When is that?
July 19th, Saturday, July 19th in Marina Del Rey. We're gonna do another. It's called, the event that you came to on June 18th was called An Evening with Kashif and Friends, and that was a concert. So now we're doing an intimate evening with Kashif and Friends, which is more of a living room conversation with people who are interested in R&B music and people who love my music and my art. They get a chance to come. We'll have food and we'll have drinks. And so that's on July 19th, Saturday, July 19th at 7 p.m. But it's by invite only. So if you are interested, if you're listening and you want to come to this event, because this is going to be cool too. It's really a cool out session, and we'll have a couple of performers there, not large name performers, but a couple of other performers, very talented people. But you'll get to sit down and break bread with me, drink some wine, and whatever it is, and just sit down and ask me questions. You'll see snippets from the film.
Yeah, we did. We seen that before. Yeah. So how much more work we gotta get on it?
Okay, we have we're going to 18 cities. We've been to 3. We've been to New York, Philly, and Los Angeles. And the fact of the matter is we still have 18 cities because we got more interviews here in Los Angeles, more interviews in New York City, and more interviews in Philly. So 18 cities on 4 continents to tell the full story of rhythm and blues. We're making sure that we go to all of what I'm calling the epicenters of the creation of rhythm and blues.
You went to Gamble and Huff?
That's why we go back to Philly.
Man, listen, that is. I just tried to stop there when I was in Philly. Though, He wasn't there though, but that is history. I don't think. Look, they looking like I don't know what that is. Man.
Well, yeah. Some of the songs would be "Backstabbers," "If You Don't Know Me by Now."
Patti LaBelle was from there.
Patti LaBelle is from there. Phyllis Hyman's from there. Actually, Phyllis is from Pittsburgh, but she then ended up living
in Philly.
Living in Philly. So the OJs, Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, Teddy Pendergrass, all of these wonders. We can go on and on about the number.
On and on, man.
Yeah. Life is a 3-ring circus. I mean, so many great songs come from that area and era.
Wow. Well, actually, we up against the clock right now. Are we up against the clock, Rich? Oh, it's up to you, brother. I mean, if you want it, we got Kashif in the huh? 15 minutes? Oh, 15 more minutes.
Let's do it.
He gave us 15 more minutes. Yo, if y'all want to give us a call and talk to my brother Kashif, hit us up 323-473-3100. I know it's some ladies out there pricing. He got Kashif in the building. He's actually in there.
In the house.
He's actually in the building. But did you ever do any writing for Phyllis Hyman when she was around?
No, I never did. I didn't get a chance to write for her. The one thing we did do together was we were involved with a project called Sun City, and that's where myself, Phyllis Hyman, Bono, Miles Davis, a bunch of folks got together, and we did a record saying that we're not going to play in Sun City, South Africa until they ended apartheid.
Wow.
And that was a pleasure. They paired people up, and so they paired me with Miles Davis.
Oh wow!
And they said the notion was that I was the new version of Miles Davis. I was on the cutting edge of music at that time, and Tom Brokaw came to the session, and he was interviewing everybody. Then he got to myself, and Miles Davis were sitting there together. And Miles has a reputation for saying whatever he wants to say.
My kind of guy.
Yeah, and he so Tom Brokaw says to Miles Davis, so Miles Davis, what do you think about Coca-Cola, having investments in South Africa while there's apartheid? And Miles Davis, and he goes, F, Coca-Cola.
Wow.
Right in the middle of the interview, and Tom Brokaw goes, he didn't expect that,
Exactly.
But if he had done his homework, he would have known. So.
Wow. If I know people do their homework on me sometimes. We don't know what Sabir might say.
Right.
I had that same experience in Detroit on a TV show out there, and the guy was talking about immigrants, and he was trying to give me a script to follow, and I couldn't follow the script. So they was talking about immigrants, and I said the only immigrants are Europeans.
Right.
And you should have seen the brother, that same look. The brother was like, did he just say that on the air? Like, literally, it's that type. But sometimes you need that. You need that because some kind of way we forget. Even down to hip hop, R&B now, who's taking over these things. That you mentioned Justin Timberlake. I love this dude, but people say he's a white boy. You know what I mean? He's going back to real hip R&B.
Well, my hat's off to Justin Timberlake. My hat's off to what's the other cat that did the Marvin Gaye song?
Robin Thicke.
Robin. I got a problem with the way they executed, and but I really think it was out of just not doing his homework and maybe not understanding that you need to respect this art form. You just can't just grab it and expect a Marvin Gaye. You might be able to do that on a lesser hero, but you just can't expect to get away with that on Marvin Gaye.
No.
But the fact of the matter is that rhythm and blues music has always been a diverse cultural experience. You always had guys who were not black participating. Wild Cherry, What You Won't Do for Love, You know, that's a white guy singing.
It is?
That's a white guy singing that song. In fact, Rich will understand what I'm saying. When that album came out, they had a silhouette of a guy with a hat. They did not have his face on that album because they were afraid that black folks wouldn't buy a song. But it was too late. The song is so incredible and it's so infectious. Bobby Caldwell's who we're talking about.
Not just the song, the album.
The
and
whole
another
album.
track from that album, Catwalk. That guy did a lot of great music on that one album. You're right.
Yeah.
What about those funky white boys, the Swampers? Push the Sleds make that hit. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Wow.
That's right.
Muscle Shoals.
That's right.
A big recording studio.
Yeah. You look at Arif Mardin, who's from Turkey. You look at the two guys, the Erdigans, the two Erdigan brothers who started Atlantic Records. You know, those guys were from Turkey. So the notion that rhythm and blues music is just for black people, I think is one that is incorrect. What is correct is that it was dominated by black people. In fact, dominated to maybe 98% by black people, dominated on the business side mostly by non-blacks. So, you know, it is a music and art, fine art. There are no, that's one of the few sort of places, refuges. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got you.
Refuges, yeah, I got tongue tied. Places that we can go and exist where racism has no place. It's through the music, because no matter what color of the music the person is who actually makes the music and what color, who the listener is, if it's a good song, it's going to touch their heart, and there is no defense. The only defense is that that person no longer exists. But there is no defense against good music. You could hate the person and you could hate the color of the person that created the music, but if that beat is right, if those lyrics are right, and those melodies are correct, and the message in the music touches your heart, there's no defense.
That's the same thing with hip hop.
Yeah.
And that's
so I say, you know, maybe we're onto something. Maybe the heads of all of these countries that can't seem to get along, they should get there together and have DJ wars, you know, instead of having real wars where they're killing each other, you know, who can play the dopest song right now, you know.
Let me, and this is why I love sitting with them, because Bam is a walking library, and the way Bam does music, they call him the master of records, and he will play salsa, reggae, and he's been over Dubai so many times, but they love him over there. I said, you in Dubai DJing, like really, like he takes his music over there, and no matter where he's at, he's relating to the people, and it's all different forms of people, nationalities in there, man.
That's right.
That's history. Maybe that's a New York thing too.
Music has the ability to uplift the people.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's the main goal for music, right?
And to bring people together. It's one of the elements of recipes for, I think, global healing. You know, you and I are fighting over some nonsense. Most of the time when we're warring over some nonsense. You know, if you're fighting with your girl, you know, once you get past that moment of that you're engaged in the war, then a week later you can't even remember what you're really fighting about. And you fight, you make love, you have a good meal, and you listen to some good music, and all is good.
Rich,
music is the healing force of the world.
I knew he was going to say. I knew he was going to say that, man. I knew he was going to say that.
Woman, man, boy, and girl.
Thank you very much.
That's
I love music. But sweet music.
And this is why, you know, and honestly, I like we were talking about earlier about the radio. Like I said, I can tell people what's being played on the radio today and tomorrow. They play the same 5 songs on radio when I'm in the car. And it's like only three stations out there. But if you listen to the station, one is playing the same song. He just got them playing.
Right.
And that's not music. I don't even feel it. I literally really had to go back home to hear real like music. We had WDAS in Philly.
Well, you got a drum machine playing the music. You don't got a drummer.
Exactly. You know, we had those types of stations that we would hear them, and you can feel it. Like when y'all sing, like that song just went off, you can still feel that song. That song was from that early 80s?
82.
82. He know the year too. See, you know, but. You can listen to I was listening to the Temptations and what was his what's the brother's name?
Dennis Edwards.
No, not Dennis Edwards. His older brother. What's his name? My God.
David Ruffin.
Walk On By. He sung.
Oh, you're talking about
Isaac Hayes?
No, that's Walk On By was Isaac Hayes. He made that famous.
It's another one.
Eddie Kendricks.
Not Eddie. What's the other one? Paul. It was Paul. Paul Williams.
Paul Williams.
That song, I played it in rotation. I think I got people mad. I said, man, how many times you gonna listen to the song? It's like I was back there at that time. Like when you listen to it, you can feel it. It's something that you feel, man. You know, I can't feel him in this music now, man.
That's what I feel about Sweet Thing by Chaka Khan. Every time I hear that one, it just puts me in a nice
Can
state of mind.
I drop one in real quick? I just want you. I want to play this real quick because I really think I guess the Chiefs gonna like this one.
Sound selector.
It's about to come on in.
Watch
so
out now.
let's give this a little listen real quick, y'all. Check this out by Gary Bartz.
Music speaks to all. It's so dear to us. Music makes us think. It's so mysterious. Music is my sanctuary. Music is my life. Music is my sanctuary. Music is my life. Music makes you smile. It's optimistic. It can make you sad. It's so lyrical. Music is my sanctuary. Music is my life. Music is my sanctuary. Music is my life. Music makes you dance. It's so rhythmical. Puts you in a trance. Hypnotical. Music is my sanctuary. Music is my life. Music is my sanctuary. Music is my life. Music is my life.
I love the instruments, man.
Yeah.
You don't even hear that no more. Like,
Yeah.
It's so dear to us.
that's hot. Who is that again?
Gary Bartz.
Gary Bartz.
Yeah,
Music
man.
is my sanctuary.
Yo, man.
Music is my life.
I'm sitting in here with history, man. This is, I love it, man. From hip hop to R&B, man.
Yeah, you know, speaking of hip hop, without rhythm and blues, there would be no hip hop.
Exactly, because James Brown was hip hop too.
That's right. So, you know, when you think about, you know, the early rappers, when we hidey, ho, the call and response.
Yeah.
You know, when you think about the film, with Lena Horne, Stormy Weather. You know, you think, you go back and you look at that dance, and that's hip hop dancing, what hip hop dancing is today. So without, you know, the music that came before hip hop, all the early music, all the early hip hop hits were based on rhythm and blues
Yeah, it was.
tracks.
Yeah.
Every single one of them. You know, so and then they started getting real creative and tried to base it on some jazz and some straight ahead jazz. You know, the guys who are a little bit more hip and the guys who are a little bit more conscientious. But without rhythm and blues music, there's no rock and roll. So when you listen to the first early rock and roll groups, that's Little Richard. That's, to be honest with you, the white folks will wait till black artists and songwriters will write a great song and it will become a hit in the black community, and then they take it, re-record it, and make it a hit all over the world. There were so many careers that were built.
Elvis Presley.
Elvis Presley.
Perfect example.
That's right. Perfect example. So that's nothing new. And when you think about what's happening today, you know, last year, 2013, the whole year, the Billboard charts, there was not one black artist that had a #1 R&B hit.
Wow.
Not one. So
That's outrageous. It shouldn't be happening.
Yeah, it shouldn't be happening. And I think it's up to us, the real lovers of the music. And I don't care. You could be 23, you could be 18, you could be 70, you could be 90, but it's up to us, the people that really love great R&B music. It's for us to stand up and be counted, for us, our voices to be heard. And that's one of the reasons why we're doing this film. We're asking, will the real lovers of R&B music stand up and be counted, come and participate, donate whatever you can, donate $1. For $1, we'll give you our unwavering, love and gratitude Plus, we'll give you an e-hug.
Hey,
You know?
E-hug.
Yeah.
Wow, man. Yo, this is hot, man. Again, man, I want to thank you, man. I want you to come in with the band, bro. You gotta do something live, man.
Let me finish the Indiegogo campaign, man. And we'll be up in here, man. You know, and so another part of the whole concept is that we have created the history of R&B band and orchestra, which will be going out doing concerts when this is finished. There's going to be a history of R&B music permanent room in Vegas. There's going to be a history of R&B tour. So, you know, these are all of the things that we've sort of executed into this master plan of the film, the 10-part documentary, The History of Rhythm and Blues, or The History of R&B Music.
Well, Kashif, I want to thank you for coming in. I gotta get on Brother Howard Hewitt in this, and I know he's gonna appreciate this next piece of great play. But
Okay.
I gotta get my man Howard Hewitt. That boy is so.
Yeah, man. Did he call you?
He didn't call me yet. I'm still waiting on him to call me, man.
I'm gonna call him and ask him, can I give your number?
Yeah, his number to me. Yeah, it'll be good, man. Also, like I said, don't forget to check me out on Facebook, Sabir Bey, Sabir. Last name Bey, Bey. Twitter, Sabir Bey. Your information, Kashif, so people can get in contact with you.
On Facebook, Kashif Salim, Saleem. Kashif, Kashif, Salim, Saleem. On Twitter, Kashif Creative, or you can go to hashtag the history of R&B music.
Wow. Alberto?
Nah, don't forget about his event, July 19th.
That's
at
what's
Marina
up.
Del Rey. Get
That's
intimate with
what's
Kashif.
Yeah, hit me up on Facebook or hit me up on Twitter if you want to come to this event. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be live.
Invitation only.
That's right. Invitation only.
I should still be here because I'm leaving around the 20th, so I'll be going for 2 more weeks again.
All right, but you come to this event.
Yeah, almost definitely. I'm there, bro.
Yeah, so
I'm
we're
all
going
in
to sit down and have a little interview. You guys coming?
Yeah, I'll make it.
Yeah, come on down. And you gotta come to this, man.
You gotta come to this, Rich, man. This you gotta come, bro. It was fun, bro. You gotta come, man. Until next time, I want to thank everybody. Don't forget, tomorrow I give classes, 1901 Atlantic Avenue in Long Beach. I'm back in town for a couple of weeks. Rich, you got something you want to say? Okay, I want to thank my GM, Richard Carr, and this is actually Shalimar. This is music. Peace, and we out of here until next time.
Jody Watley, I love you.
Yeah.
second time, baby. The second time around, I'll know what to do, just as long as I'm with you. The second time around, do it one more time. Say it again. The second time around, gonna keep your mind the second time. It was a slow song. The lights were
Thank you for tuning in to LA Talk Live, reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we're more than just talk. Stay tuned.